The Ultimatum. Commander Elena Reyes stood motionless on the bridge of the UES Intrepid, watching as the massive Galactic Council station grew larger on the view screen. The station resembled a giant metallic snowflake, its crystalline arms stretching across the darkness of space like the reaching fingers of an ancient god. Each arm housed representatives from one of the 17 species that comprised the Galactic Council, the self-appointed governors of this sector of the Milky Way. "Transmission incoming, Commander," Lieutenant Park announced from the communication station. "The Council requests your presence immediately." Elena straightened her midnight blue uniform. "Tell them I'm on my way." She turned to her executive officer. "Commander Chen, you have the bridge. Keep our systems at standby alert. Be ready for anything." Chen nodded, his expression grim. "Good luck, Commander." The shuttle ride to the Council station was brief but tense. Elena had been summoned without explanation, and that rarely meant good news. In the 5 years since humanity had made first contact with the Galactic Council, relations had been cordial but distant. The aliens seemed content to let humans explore and colonize uninhabited worlds, provided they followed the Council's Byzantine regulations. Until now. The shuttle docked with a gentle thud, and Elena was escorted through gleaming corridors by 2 Valthrians, tall, 4-armed beings with iridescent skin who served as the Council's security force. They towered over her by at least 2 feet, but Elena walked with the confidence of someone representing a species that had fought its way to the stars through sheer determination. The Council chamber was a vast amphitheater, with 17 raised platforms arranged in a semicircle. On each platform sat representatives of the member species, from the insectoid Xerix to the gaseous Nuldarians, who required special containment fields. At the center platform sat High Counselor Thrax, a Valthrian whose skin had faded to pale blue with age. "Commander Elena Reyes of Earth," Thrax's voice boomed through the chamber. "You stand before the full Galactic Council. An unusual honor for a representative of such a young species." Elena inclined her head slightly. "The honor is Earth's, High Counselor. How may I assist the Council today?" Thrax's 4 arms moved in a complex gesture that Elena knew signified gravity. "We have observed your species' expansion with growing concern. In merely 5 years, humans have established colonies on 17 worlds and outposts on 12 more. Your technological advancement rate exceeds all safety parameters established by this Council." "We're an adaptable species," Elena replied evenly, "and eager to find our place among the stars." "Too eager," hissed Representative Slith of the Serpentine Draconians. "Your kind adapts military technology at an alarming rate." A holographic display materialized in the center of the chamber, showing Earth's latest battleship class, the Defender series vessels equipped with graviton weaponry that humanity had developed just months after seeing similar technology on Council ships. "This technological mimicry is unprecedented," said another Council member, a Borealan whose translucent body pulsed with light as it spoke. "No species in Council records has ever reversed-engineered our technology so rapidly." Elena kept her expression neutral, though her mind raced. Was this simple xenophobia or something more? Thrax raised all 4 hands for silence. "The Council has reached a decision, Commander Reyes. Humanity's expansion must be controlled. Effective immediately, Earth will halt all colonization efforts. Your existing colonies may remain, but no new worlds may be settled. Additionally, all military vessels will be limited to Earth's home system only." Elena felt a cold anger building inside her. "With respect, High Counselor, Earth cannot accept these terms. We have millions of citizens waiting for homesteads on new worlds. Our population is your problem, not ours," interrupted a Xerix representative, clicking its mandibles. "The Council has spoken. This is not a negotiation," Thrax added. "It is a directive. You have 30 Earth days to recall your exploration vessels and cease all colonization efforts. After that time, the Council will take measures to ensure compliance." Elena recognized the threat for what it was. I must consult with Earth's government before responding formally. Of course, Thrax said with false magnanimity, but the Council's decision is final. Back aboard the Intrepid, Elena paced her ready room as she waited for the encrypted quantum transmission to connect with Earth's Defense Council. The stars streaked past the viewport as they maintained a holding position at the edge of the Galactic Council's territory. "This is unprecedented," said General Santos, her holographic image flickering slightly. "We've complied with every regulation they've set forth." "It's not about regulations," Elena replied. "It's about fear. I could sense it in that chamber. They're afraid of how quickly we're adapting and growing." Admiral Takahashi's weathered face appeared in another hologram. "Our intelligence suggests the Council has been stagnant for millennia. Most member species ceased meaningful technological advancement centuries ago." "That matches what I've observed," Elena confirmed. "Their ships, their weapons, they're elegant but unchanged. They perfect what they have rather than innovating." "And along come humans," said Defense Minister Okafor, "who see their technology and immediately think of a dozen ways to improve it." Elena nodded. "I believe they see us as a potential rival, not just another species to assimilate into their bureaucracy." "The timing is suspicious," Admiral Takahashi added. "Our deep space probes just discovered the Epsilon Eridani system with its 3 habitable planets, all resource-rich and perfect for colonization, and conveniently just outside what the Council claims is their territory," General Santos mused. Minister Okafor's expression hardened. "Commander Reyes, we need more information before deciding how to respond. We've detected unusual energy signatures from a remote Council outpost in the Proxima Centauri system. It's small, automated, and should be lightly defended." Elena understood immediately. "You want me to conduct a reconnaissance mission?" "Precisely. The Intrepid is our most advanced stealth vessel. Get in, gather data on their technology and true capabilities, and get out. We need to know what we're dealing with before we decide whether to defy this ultimatum." Within 12 hours, the Intrepid had dropped out of FTL on the dark side of a barren moon orbiting Proxima Centauri B. The Council outpost hung in space before them, a small wheel-shaped structure that appeared to be largely automated. "Scans show minimal life signs," reported Lieutenant Commander Alvarez from the science station. 3 organic signatures, likely a skeleton crew. "Automated defense systems appear standard. Can we bypass them?" Elena asked. "Their sensor grid has predictable scanning patterns. We can slip a shuttle through during a 40-second window when their primary array reorients." Elena nodded. "Prepare the infiltration team." "I'll lead it myself." "Commander," Chen protested, "protocol dictates that I protect my crew by not risking the ship's commanding officer," Elena finished for him. "But this mission requires someone who can make split-second diplomatic decisions if we're discovered. That's me." The infiltration went smoother than expected. Elena, along with Lieutenant Alvarez and Security Chief Rodriguez, boarded the outpost during the sensor gap. Using advanced hacking tools, they bypassed the outpost's security and accessed its central computer core while avoiding the 3 Meldarian technicians who maintained the facility. "What is this place?" Rodriguez whispered as they entered a vast chamber filled with humming equipment. "Some kind of monitoring station," Alvarez replied, connecting a quantum decryption device to a data terminal. "But it's not pointing toward Earth." Elena examined the equipment. "It's focused on that energy anomaly at the edge of the system. The one the Council told us was a natural phenomenon." Alvarez's decryption device chimed softly. "I'm in. Downloading their database now." Her eyes widened as she scanned the incoming data. "Commander, you need to see this." The display showed technical specifications for a massive structure, a ring-shaped device over 20 kilometers in diameter. "It's some kind of gateway," Alvarez explained. "According to these files, it creates a stable wormhole to distant parts of the galaxy, much more efficient than conventional FTL travel." "A gateway they never told us about," Elena murmured. one that could give them an insurmountable strategic advantage. "There's more," Alvarez continued, her voice growing urgent. "The Council has been monitoring humanity specifically because our brains process information differently than any species they've encountered. We adapt faster, think more laterally. They've been studying us since our first radio transmissions reached their listening posts. And they're afraid of what we might become," Elena concluded. "That's why they want to contain us now, before we grow too powerful." Rodriguez checked her tactical display. "Commander, we got company. A Council vessel just dropped out of FTL near the outpost." "Time to go," Elena said grimly. "Do we have everything?" Alvarez nodded, disconnecting her device. "Full download complete. Then let's bring this information home. Earth needs to know what we're really dealing with." Defiance. The mood in Earth's Defense Council chamber was tense as Elena concluded her report. The holographic display showed the technical specifications of the Council's wormhole gateway, along with data on their monitoring of human neural patterns. "So they've been studying us like lab rats," General Santos said, her voice tight with controlled anger. "Not just studying," Elena corrected. "They've been assessing our threat level. According to their data models, humanity will surpass their technological level within 50 years if left unchecked." Admiral Takahashi leaned forward. "And this gateway, you're certain it's operational?" "The data is clear," Elena confirmed. "They've been using it for centuries to monitor distant parts of the galaxy. With it, they can deploy forces anywhere in our sector within hours instead of weeks." Minister Okafor stood, pacing the length of the Council table. "This changes everything. Their ultimatum isn't about preserving peace. It's about maintaining their dominance." "There's something else," Elena added. "The data includes biological studies of all 17 Council species. Every one of them reached a point of evolutionary stagnation thousands of years ago. Their neural pathways became fixed, limiting their creativity and adaptability, while human brains continue to form new pathways throughout our lives." Dr. Sinclair, Earth's chief xenobiologist, interjected from her seat at the table. "We never stop adapting, learning, changing." "Exactly," Elena nodded. "They fear us not for what we are, but for what we might become." Admiral Takahashi's weathered face hardened. "The question remains, how do we respond to their ultimatum? We have 15 days left before their deadline." "We could comply temporarily," suggested a diplomatic advisor. "Buy time while we build our forces in secret." "Appeasement never works," General Santos countered. "If we show weakness now, they'll demand more concessions later." Elena studied the holographic display of the Council's gateway. An idea began to form in her mind. Audacious, perhaps even reckless, but potentially game-changing. "What if we demonstrated that we already understand their gateway technology?" she proposed. "Not just understand it, but have improved upon it." All eyes turned to her. "Explain," Minister Okafor demanded. "Dr. Chen's team at Ganymede Research Station has been working on theoretical wormhole physics for years. The data I recovered includes the Council's complete gateway schematics. With those as a starting point," Dr. Sinclair's eyes widened. "You're suggesting we build our own gateway? In 15 days? Impossible." "Not build it," Elena clarified, "but create a convincing prototype. Enough to make them believe we're on the verge of a breakthrough they thought would take us decades." The Defense Council debated through the night. Elena's plan was risky, potentially provocative, but it offered a chance to rebalance the power dynamic without firing a shot. By dawn, Operation Threshold was approved. For the next 2 weeks, Earth's finest scientists and engineers worked around the clock. Quantum communication relays flashed between Earth, Mars, and the Ganymede Research Station as Dr. Chen's team adapted their theoretical models using the Council's actual specifications. On the 13th day, Elena stood on the bridge of the Intrepid once more, but this time she commanded a fleet of 12 of Earth's most advanced vessels. At the center of their formation floated what appeared to be a miniature version of the Council's gateway, a ring-shaped device 2 kilometers in diameter. All systems nominal, Commander, reported Lieutenant Park. The prototype is ready for the demonstration. And the Council representatives. Their vessel will arrive in approximately 3 minutes. Elena nodded. Open a channel to all ships. Maintain formation and be ready for anything. This could go very well or very badly. The Council delegation arrived precisely on schedule. 3 massive vessels that dwarfed even the largest human ships. From the central vessel, a transmission cut through the silence. Commander Reyes, High Counselor Thrax's voice carried a note of irritation. Your government's request for this meeting is highly irregular. The Council has already rendered its decision regarding human expansion. Indeed, High Counselor, Elena replied smoothly. And we've come to present our response. If you'll direct your attention to the device at the center of our formation. On cue, the prototype gateway began to power up. Blue energy crackled along its circumference, building in intensity until a shimmering field appeared within the ring. Impossible, came a shocked voice from the Council transmission. They couldn't have developed this technology so quickly. Elena allowed herself a small smile. High Counselor, for the past 5 years, you've observed humanity's rapid adaptation and advancement, yet you've withheld crucial technologies from us, like your wormhole gateway network that you've kept hidden at the edge of the Proxima Centauri system. Silence greeted her words. We know you've been studying us, she continued, monitoring our neural patterns, assessing our potential threat. You've concluded that humanity adapts too quickly, innovates too readily. And you're right. The prototype gateway's energy field stabilized, creating what appeared to be a functioning wormhole aperture. What you see before you is merely the beginning, Elena said. Our scientists examined your gateway technology and immediately identified 17 potential improvements. This prototype incorporates 3 of them, making it 30% more energy efficient than your current model. This is an outrageous violation of Council technology protocols. Thrax thundered. No, Elena countered firmly. This is humanity demonstrating its right to exist without artificial constraints. Your ultimatum was based on fear of a future where humans might surpass you. I'm here to tell you that future is now. She paused, letting the implications sink in. Earth proposes a new relationship with the Galactic Council, one based on mutual respect rather than subjugation. We will continue our expansion and development at our own pace, but we offer technological and scientific exchange that would benefit all species. The Council vessels remained motionless, their weapon systems powered but not targeting. Furthermore, Elena continued, we have transmitted the complete specifications of our gateway improvements to all 17 Council homeworlds simultaneously. Your people will see that cooperation with humanity offers benefits that isolation does not. Minutes stretched into an uncomfortable silence. Elena maintained her composed expression, though her heart hammered in her chest. Everything hinged on this moment, whether the Council would accept this new reality or resort to force. Finally, Thrax's voice returned, noticeably subdued. The Council requests time to consider Earth's proposal. Of course, Elena replied graciously. We will maintain position here for 24 hours awaiting your response. For transparency, I should inform you that this demonstration has been broadcast to all Earth colonies and outposts. Our citizens now understand what was at stake. After the transmission ended, Lieutenant Park turned to Elena. Do you think they'll agree to our terms? Elena watched the Council vessels as they withdrew to a consultation distance. They don't have much choice. Their own data shows they can't defeat us militarily without catastrophic losses on both sides, and now their people will know they've been withholding technological advancements that could benefit everyone. And if they call our bluff? Chen asked quietly. The prototype can't actually create a stable wormhole. Then we fight if we must, Elena replied firmly. But I don't think it will come to that. The Council has survived for millennia by avoiding direct conflicts they can't win. 20 hours later, the Council transmitted their response. The Galactic Council agreed to recognize humanity's sovereign right to continue expansion and development without interference. In exchange, Earth would share its technological innovations through a new joint research initiative that would benefit all species. As the Intrepid led the Earth fleet home, Alina stood at the viewport gazing at the stars that no longer seemed distant or forbidden. Incoming transmission from Earth Defense Command, Lieutenant Park announced. Priority 1. Minister Okafor's face appeared on screen, her expression solemn but satisfied. Commander Reyes, the Council's formal agreement has been received and ratified. You've changed the course of human history today. Elena shook her head slightly. No, Minister, we all did. We simply showed them who we really are, a species that won't be contained or controlled. The Epsilon Eridani colonization fleet has been given clearance to depart, Okafor continued. And the Ganymede team believes they can build a functioning gateway within 2 years using the Council's specifications and our improvements. And the Council? Already implementing the first phase of our technological exchange program. Their scientists seem almost eager to collaborate now that the truth is out. Elena turned back to the viewport, watching as Earth appeared on the horizon, beautiful and blue against the blackness of space. Humanity's potential had never been limited by anything except fear, both their own and others. Today, they had conquered both. Set course for home, Lieutenant Park, she ordered quietly. Our work is just beginning. As the Intrepid accelerated toward Earth, Elena reflected that the greatest victory wasn't the technological advantage they'd secured, or even the political concessions they'd won. It was proving that humanity belonged among the stars, not as subjects or junior partners, but as equals who would forge their own destiny. The Galactic Council had demanded submission. Humanity had answered with defiance. And the galaxy would never be the same.